Okay, so let's start. Gonna be making a walkthrough guide for people who are having trouble in the game or just wants to see somebody else play the game for them. No, wait, yeah, yes. So we're going to start off with new game. I like to have my language settings on default. So default text is on English and default voice is on Japanese. So let's stick with that. I really hope that people would understand because my accent is pretty much yeah, my voice is kind of hard to understand sometimes. So let's start. I'm not gonna be skipping cutscenes on this playthrough, so let's enjoy the cutscenes.
時は戦国末期、日の本すべてを焼いた戦火は未だに勢い衰えず、
This cutscene really feels completely different from the Soulsborne cutscenes because it focuses on like civil war, internal war between like 3 factions or 2 factions. I know one faction's like the Ashina faction, the other faction is this big dude's faction. I have no idea what it was, but yeah. I guess Tamura faction then. Game doesn't explain why there's a rogue shinobi on the battlefield though. Like, what the fuck is the owl doing there? What the fuck is owl doing there in the first place? And doesn't explain why that boy is still alive. So why was a young boy in the battlefield in the first place? And were there other boys? We'll never know. This game is kinda like One Piece in that there are really tall humanoids. Like abnormally tall humanoids. Like once you see Ishin Ashina, he's also extremely tall. And for some reason Sekiro is like, I don't know, 5 feet 4 inches. Doesn't look tall. Maybe he is tall and the others are like gigantic, but doesn't seem tall to me for some reason. Maybe 5'6".
一心の国取りから24年。アシナの国は斜陽にあり。
Yeah, it doesn't explain also why we were on the brink of collapse.
すべてを失っていた。育ての義父も守るべき主も。
Yeah, it doesn't explain that too. Like, why was the master he was protecting, like, taken from him? Now this is usually how the Soulsborne games start. Specifically Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3. Demon Souls, I think, started with some lone dude coming through a portal and then resurrecting into the Nexus, so this doesn't follow. But I'm pretty sure it follows the Dark Souls 1 intro and Dark Souls 3. Oh wait, Dark Souls 3, no. They were in a graveyard. So, Dark Souls 1 follows the Dark Souls 1 beginning. So let's get into it. So I'm going to be given the Kuro's Charm because I completed the game already. But we're not going to give that to Kuro. What Kuro's Charm does is it protects you. So I'm just gonna show something real quick. See? That's a grappling area. We're gonna be coming back here later in the game. That's something we can never get, so don't even try to right now because you don't have your prosthetic arm. See, it's a normal arm. So we're gonna go for the tutorials. So equipment menu, quick items. The equipment menu allows you to change your currently equipped quick items. There are 5 slots available to equip and switch out quick items as needed. So right now the only quick item you have is the Homeward Idol, which I personally like putting on the last slot. If you go to the inventory tab, it says items currently in possession can be viewed through the inventory menu. Categories can be selected through L2 and R2. What it doesn't show here is that you can use items in the inventory menu. So for example, I can use Homeward Idol, and Last Communion Idol would be this spot. I don't know why the game allows you to use it in the first place. You haven't unlocked any or communed with any sculptor idols, so in my opinion it should be unusable until you find your first sculptor idol, but at least it shows you the beginning point, which is this. Strangely enough, it also fills up your life when you use it in this area, so that's a good thing to note. So didn't know that actually, just found out now. So X to jump. So going to go through here. Let's explore the upper side. You'll notice there's a hole here. There's the hole. So you'll be wondering why is there a hole here in the first place, and later on you'll also discover the reason, but right now it's pretty much useless at this point. So we're gonna do things slowly, like not the speedrunner's way. We'll go through each and everything, like that's why it's a walkthrough. So square to wall hug and then move right, then stop hugging the wall. Stealth. Advance without being seen by crouching in bushes or moving under floors. You do not have a sword at the moment, so use stealth to avoid enemies and head to the moon view tower. If you're about to be seen, warning markers appear above enemies' heads. So this game... So the game is like making you the underdog in the moment. It really makes you feel completely useless, and then later on it will make you feel overpowered. So enjoy the feeling of being weak, because later on you're going to see a huge difference in power spike. So Wolf can slip into tight spaces such as beneath floors when crouched. So in the beginning, like, you'll be scared, you don't know what to do, but there's actually a hole underneath the house that you can get into. And the eavesdropping feature is pretty much useful in the game. Aside from lore stuff, it also allows you to get items, explore new areas, or give you tips in the game. In this case, I think it gives like lore or something to listen to.
君櫓が今宵も月に照らされておる。巫女様はまた月明かりで書をお読みかな。そうじゃな。まだほんの子供というに、囚われとは気の毒なことじゃ。ああ、銀一郎様も何かお考えがあるのだろうが。
Yeah, no fucking idea what his reasons were. So we go through here, more grass. So as long as you're in the grassy bit and you're sneaking, they can't see you. So it's pretty useful later on where there's going to be a lot of grasses and stuff.
君櫓の扉はちゃんと閉まっておるか。閉まっておるが、壁の穴はそのままにしておると。ああ。
So they're giving us a clue as to how to enter from another, entrance. So we go drop down here. We can stop crouching. Now we can ledge hang, and then basically kind of like the wall hug, but so. Keep in mind this ledge hang mechanic because it's gonna be very useful later on. Gonna be using this a lot, like to sneak up on enemies, use death blows and maneuvers through areas. So don't need to sneak here. Do a normal jump here. Now we're going to do a combination of the two, jump and ledge hang. Same here. Same here. What the game doesn't tell you is you can press square to climb up or X to jump. So I'm gonna be climbing with the square, see. But you can also do the same thing with an X. I'm gonna do the same thing with... Basically I'm gonna jump over this window. Or jump into it. What a stupid ninja. Little boy was able to notice him coming in. Or maybe the boy has his, ninja senses as well. Yeah, translates to well then. How the heck does the boy have his sword? At this point you're probably thinking, I finally have a sword! I can fight those guys! I thought the same thing too when I started. Kusabimaru. Katana given by Kuro, the divine heir. An heirloom of the Hirata family. A cadet branch descended from Ashina. So Hirata's part of Ashina, huh? Once sought lost, it has found its way back into the hands of the wolf. The name Kusabimaru beseeches. A shinobi's role is to kill, but even a shinobi must not forget mercy. A mantra the blade itself may manifest. So, you have the sword, but you can't use it here because it's an unused, it's a non-hostile place. You can't run, you can't jump. Wait, you can jump. You can crouch, but you can't, use it. So go up here for a free pellet. Pellet, medicinal pellets that slowly restore vitality. A secret treatment passed down for generations in these lands. Records say it has been used in battles since times long gone, and lent to the famed resilience of Ashina warriors. A pill case full of these pellets would also serve as a battle charm. So it says pellet, but there's like a bunch of them. What the fuck? Like in the illustration. Now you can put the pellet here on the second slot. I'll explain why later. So once you try to open,
もう一つそなたに渡したいものがある
Kuro prompts you to talk to him.
薬水のひょうたんだこれで傷を癒してくれ
What wounds? I used the homeward idol to heal my wounds earlier. Healing gourd. A gourd filled with vitality restoring medicine. Resting refills the gourd. Made by an apprentice of the extraordinary Dr. Dogen. Though it is strange that the gourd's medicinal waters refill automatically, the seeds within may hold a secret to how it works. That's basically the Essus flask.
そなたの体その後大事はないか
その後とは
あの世のこと
So now we are aware that Wolf has amnesia.
いや司祭は後にし
No,
よう
why won't you tell it now?
今
Like we have time. What
こ
the
の
fuck?
アシナの城を脱さねばならぬ
御意
堀沿いに進んだ橋の下に場外への抜け穴がある一心様よりそう聞いたことがあるまずはその橋下の抜け穴を見
At
つけ
the,
てきてほしい
when I first played this game, I was like, oh, I have to find a really
足の歯笛で合図を
hard
く
to
れた
find area and it's going to take me a while, but it's actually pretty close.
こう
The game is good at like
ピーッとな
the game is good at like making you feel like it's more than it looks or sounds, but it's actually pretty short.
そなたからも何かあるの
The
か
thing that makes it long or time consuming are the enemies that stand in your way. But once you get used to fighting those enemies, the area is actually pretty small. So now Kuro is asking whether you have something to give him. If you give him Kuro's charm, if I give him Kuro's charm, this doesn't apply I think on the first playthrough. It applies only on the second playthrough once you finish the game. So if I give Kuro his charm, I will be enabling hard mode. So to those who think that Sekiro doesn't come with difficulty settings, you're basically wrong. It does come with difficulty settings. It's just as vague, or you have to do something in order to unlock it. So this will unlock hard mode. So you'll realize later on that the game is actually on easy or normal the first time you play it. So I'm going to pick nothing because I want to play the game normally. Because this mode is how people start the game with. So he's giving me the medicinal orb. You can cycle through various quick items and use each according to the situation. For instance, if you have taken damage, you can recover vitality with the healing gourd. So I'm going with the default setting, which is up to use a quick item. So now I can open the equipment menu and put that as my first item in the quick item slots. So he's just gonna tell me what I have to do, basically the same thing. So now let's start. As I open the door, I'll be greeted by the first enemy. Posture and death blows. A shinobi aims to break an opponent's posture. Attacking an enemy is one way to achieve this. When an enemy's posture breaks, he is vulnerable to a shinobi death blow. R1 is to attack, and R1 is also what you use to perform the death blow after breaking the enemy's posture. So we're going to demonstrate how posture and death blows work. So I'm not gonna sneak up on this guy even though I clearly can. So we're going to face him in battle. So in the beginning, you can just spam R1. You can spam R1, giving you the false feeling that the game is easy. But the third enemy that you run to will kinda change that. So this enemy takes less posture damage as the first two that we fought, but he will take he will take less posture damage from the R1 spam, but he'll take a lot of posture damage from deflecting. So you're going to have to deflect. The game will also tell you this. Deflection. Sometimes relentless attack is not enough to break an enemy's posture. Deflecting enemy attacks is another way to damage their posture. A Master Shinobi uses a combination of deflect and attacks to achieve swift victory. L1. The moment an attack lands, deflect. So what you saw there was the deflect. So one deflect was enough to break his posture, allowing for a death blow move. So you're gonna have to... This is funny. It's easy to deflect this guy, but the first two, it's kind of tricky. So the game actually has two types of ways to beat enemies. There are enemies that are easy to just R1 spam, and there are enemies that are easier to deflect. So you have to be familiar with the enemies that are easier to deflect. In particular, this guy with the hat, and when he has only a sword, these type of enemies are the ones you want to deflect on, or backstab, whichever, or just a normal death blow. So these two can be R1 spammed. So lock on. By locking on to your target and keeping your enemy in front of you, you'll find it much easier to attack, deflect, and perform other combat actions. Lock on / release target R3. While locked on, you can change the target with the R. Is it? The right stick. Yeah, the first R stick. So you can change it with the R stick. Okay, I'm changing the target. So to be helpful to focus on one. So this guy is gonna come at me first. So R1 spam. Easy. So this guy is left. So sometimes the game, or most of the times, it automatically locks on to the next target after killing your first target. So I want to spam here. Next enemy, I think, yeah, we have to deflect. I want spam. Okay, pretty easy in the beginning. Although I have played this game a bit, so maybe it won't be that easy to other players, but yeah. It was really difficult for me at first as well. This is the first mini boss. So it's gonna show you how to do the counter slash. Counter slash can be performed immediately after deflecting an attack. This allows you to deal posture damage without giving the enemy time to recover. L1, the moment attack lands, deflect. R1 after deflecting, counter slash. So sometimes when an enemy attacks, he won't do a second attack immediately. And in these cases, you can perform an attack yourself, usually damaging the enemy or at least damaging his posture. Oh, look at it there. There. That's a counter slash. So, death blow against strong enemies. Some powerful opponents require multiple death blows to be killed. The number of death blows required to kill an enemy is shown by the red circular markers above their vitality bars. Each death blow removes one marker, basically telling you that some enemies have more than one life bar. So the game is already teaching you that you have to mix up your attacks and deflects. See, this is the first indicator that it's like a Dark Souls game. It does not open from this side. Fistful of Ash. Ash gripped into a hardened clump. Throw it at an enemy to temporarily distract them. In Ashina, the snow falls thick and thus the hearth runs thick with ash. So that is a completely useless item at first, but then you'll realize that it's actually one of the very useful items in the game. And you'd want a lot of them. So we're saving that. So wall jump, ledge hang. So we're basically doing two things: wall jump, then ledge hang.
この橋の下、堀のどん詰まりに抜け穴があるじゃろ。あそこも見張りせよとの仰せじゃと。なんとも限界なことじゃ。戦が近いのかもしれんの。
So it's telling us where the secret passage is. So we're gonna be doing something I haven't done in the previous playthroughs, but I want to try it now. We're gonna sneak into this area, and we'll see if he gets aggroed. If he doesn't get aggroed, we can try it. So now we can try it. He's not aggroed yet. He's doing something, right? I don't know what the fuck he's doing. I think he's like digging into ash. But earlier I told you that we're going to be making use of the ledge hang mechanic, right? This is a good time to use it. So we're gonna be doing a ledge hang now, and then we're gonna shimmy onto this enemy, and he won't spot us for some reason, even though our hands are clearly visible. So none of the playthroughs show, I haven't seen how to do the ledge hang death blow. So this is the first time we're gonna be doing the ledge hang death blow. Later on we're gonna be doing a lot of ledge hang death blows, but this is a very good way to start doing it. So all I did was press R1 while that red circle was there, and he died. Easy. So we're gonna be doing another ledge hang. And circle to drop down. I don't know if I'll be able to like go through the tutorial boss in beating him, but even if I don't, it's fine. But I think I need to heal before fighting him, so I use the pellet charge. Right now the pellet heal is so weak, but later on it's gonna be a lot. This appears to be the escape route. Call the divine air with the reed whistle? Yes. I don't even know why it's the escape route, because you'll see later on, it's basically just like a garden, and then there's no way out of the garden.
Okamiをよく見つけてくれた。さあ、参ろう。
御意。
血の定めから逃れることしかできぬとはな。
So earlier I told you why this is easy or normal mode, right? Because when you block, like when you hold L1, you won't be taking, well, 90% of the time you won't be taking damage. There's like certain cases where you will be taking damage, like from burn attacks with the burn status, like burning attacks, or you know, some specific special attacks do damage like while you're blocking. But in most cases they won't. But when you enable hard mode by giving Kuro back his charm, any and all like damages done while blocking will cause damage to you, and not small damage. It feels like 70% of the normal damage done, but you know, we're not gonna have to worry about that because I picked normal mode.
この城を出ていずこへ参ろうか。まずはアシナの国を離れるか、あるいはどこかに身を隠すか。そなたはどう思う？
御意のままに。
御意か。そなたは変わらぬな。
は。
いや、懐かしいと思うてな。さあ、参ろう。
So we're going to be fighting the tutorial boss, like in the Soulsborne tradition of you don't have to win, but you can if you want, if you really work hard and if you really want to. So yeah, this is what I meant by I have no fucking idea why it's the escape route, because it leads to nowhere. It leads to a cliff. Sheesh. No idea why he was there waiting also. Like, how long was he waiting there?
叔父上の墓前以来か。
源一郎殿、私はすまぬ。
お任せを。
No idea why his left looks different from his right arm. I guess cosplayers will be having an interesting time trying to, you know, replicate that costume. So the strategy here is to basically use a charge attack and hope the charge attack hits him while he's running. Nope. That's right. Whoa! So let him run again and use a charge attack. So we can't use Bikini counter yet, so charge attacks are pretty much come on. Woo. Just run away. Basically, the strat is to run away and hope that the thrust attack will damage him. Whoops. Damn it, I became greedy. So that one can be cancelled by a slash. Keep note. Ah, I couldn't dodge that. Ah, I'm gonna lose this fight. There, I have to touch it. Keep forgetting to deflect right after that. Nope, couldn't do that. Let's try something new. Couldn't do it. It's fine. No idea how he fainted like that. I guess the shock plus the blood loss.
忍びとてこの程度か。巫女はもらっていくぞ。
これは。
Just remember the scene in Norseman where the guy was given prosthetic arm.
どうやらまだ日の定めではないと見える。
Shinobi prosthetic, the artificial arm of a shinobi, passed down by the sculptor. A replica of a human arm fitted with a variety of mechanisms, apparently designed with modification in mind. While it bears a number of cuts and is stained thick with blood and oil, it has been impeccably maintained.
お前さん、名は何という？その目、さしずめ、任に敗れた狼といったところか。
言えぬ。
それが忍びじゃな。わしは仏を掘らなきゃなら。お前さんはお前さんで好きにしな。
何故俺はここにいる？
ただ拾ったのよ。屍かどうかもわからぬものを野良犬に食わせてやることもあるまい。
どれほど俺は眠っていた？
お前さんを拾ってからずいぶん経つぞ。
そうか。
じゃが主の主はまだ生きておるぞ。芦名の城で囚われとなっている。だがすぐにもその血を利用されちまうだろう。お前さんを見ればその価値は十分にあろうというものじゃ。
この左腕、俺に何をした？
そいつは忍び義手。石腕の狼にはおあつらえ向きの牙じゃろうて。仏を掘るには無用でな。お前さんにくれてやる。
忍び義手。
そいつはただ失った腕を補うもんじゃない。任具を見つけたらわしのところに持ってくるがいい。
任具だと？そうか。このからくり。
察しがいいな。任具を持ってきたら忍び義手に仕込んでやる。
So this is like the Mega Man system where you get
わかるじゃろうさ。
multiple weapons in one arm.
喋りすぎたな。いい気な。
巫女様の血が利用されるとはどういうことだ？
わしも詳しいことなど知らん。ただ流院、そう呼ばれる特別な血があるという。 主の主はそれを持っておる。
それゆえ巫女様は
付け狙われる。お前さんの体が妙なことになっておるのもそのせいかもしれぬな。お前さんもそうじゃが、この荒れ寺にはおかしな客がまあまあ訪れる。寺を出て右手の広場にもそうした者が一人おる。妙なことになっておる者同士、気が合うかもしれんな。その優しい顔の仏様はわしの彫ったもんじゃねえ。まことの仏師がおられたものだ。人が己の内にあるものと向き合う。そういった時に。
This is like the Dark Souls trope of another area from something like a painting, but in this game it's a sculpture. We're gonna be visiting this area later, but you can. It's like kind of an optional thing, but then again, if it's kind of required if you wanna unlock one of the endings. I didn't read the description of the Litecoin purse. Purse filled with a small amount of sen. It can be used to acquire the sen inside. Has a somewhat satisfying weight to it. The sen in this purse is not lost upon death. Free pellet. So now we're going to be accessing our first sculptor idol, or kinda like the bonfires in the Soulsborne series. Well, Souls, Dark Souls or Demon Souls series. The Bloodborne uses a lamp. Sculptor's Idol menu. Sculptor's Idol serve as a checkpoint and can be found throughout Ashina. Resting at the Sculptor's Idol will completely replenish vitality and restore 1 use of resurrection. See, it's showing already what a resurrection is when you haven't even experienced it yet. Additionally, quick items and spirit emblems in storage will be added to your current inventory. With some exceptions, resting will also revive defeated enemies. Like the Soulsborne or Dark Souls bonfire. The reason why we're going right is for especially the newer players. This is what the Dark Souls games didn't have. A tutorial section or basically a training dummy. I'm sure Neo had a training dummy, but you know, Sekiro also has a training dummy. Offering box. Items that become unavailable elsewhere end up in the offering box. When the box is illuminated, it means an item has found its way inside. Items can be obtained by inspecting the box and offering money. I guess when you miss an item that you're supposed to get, it'll show up here. Haven't gotten one yet.
見ぬ顔だな。そこもとなあ。名乗られぬか。だが腕ある忍びとお見受けした。忍びの技ならば、あるいは。そこもとよ。
He just grunts.
それがしと立ち会ってもらおう。
He'll be the same with the earlier grunts. So doesn't matter whether you deflect or not, he's pretty easy.
やはり死なぬわな。そこもとの立ち筋、見事なものであった。
All I did was slash at you.
かように従前に殺した者、そうはおらぬ。
I don't think that deserves a compliment.
なんだ、死なず、あるいは虫つきと呼ぶ者もおるな。
死ねぬのでただここにおるのだ。そこも
One of the very few infested that has, you know, consciousness, or rather is welcoming, so he's not hostile.
眉間にシワが寄っておる。そ
So he's a special case.
それがしを使い刀の修練をせぬか。お主の使命を果たすために死ねぬ体ゆえ幾度でも切られてやる。
So you can like go through each and every one
承知した。
of his like tutorial menus.
ではやろう。
I'm probably not going
刀を
to
振らば
because it's going to take a lot of
気を紛
time.
れるというもの。
And normal enemies actually are better for training than
ま
just
た来るがいい。
this guy, because this guy is pretty
そこ
slow.
のの技の試し。いくらでも
But it's pretty useful when you want to try useful techniques or new weapons without, you know, the risk of dying. So yeah, to run, just hold down circle on the PS4 controller. And if you press X twice, it won't do a double jump. It'll do a kick, downward kick, which kind of shortens your jump. See, it cuts the jump a bit, because if you jump normally, it's longer. But if you press X, that we're gonna be using that to counter certain perilous attacks. So wall jump is kind of like the double jump in the game, but you need a wall. But you can also do stuff like this, like this door is in the wall, but you can do a kind of a wall jump, I think. See? You can use it even though it's like sideways. Yeah, see? You can use that technique to go through other areas as well. So it kind of becomes a double jump because there is no wall that you're jumping to. You're using the side of the door to jump. That's a pretty useful thing to take note of. Grappling hook. The Shinobi Prosthetics grappling hook allows access to normally unreachable places and a chance to take the high ground. Nearby grapple points are designated with a circular symbol. When the symbol turns green, the grapple point is within reach. Press L2 to perform the grappling hook. So this is the first thing in the game that will allow you to grapple, because the bridge is obviously not usable. So you can use a grappling hook by jumping and using it, or you can use a grappling hook by staying on the ground. I for one prefer jumping than using it, because if you practice this, you can also dodge certain enemies' attacks while you're grappling. Because if you stand there, like, it takes a while. See, there's a delay. I don't know, like maybe 0.5 seconds before he gets on top. But if you use it while jumping, delay is kind of shorter, or you know, you're basically dodging at the same time grappling. So we do a wall jump and ledge hang here, and like in the Dark Souls tradition, there's a sculptor's idol immediately after the first one. So we're gonna do a jump and a grappling hook. Gonna commune, which basically records this as a checkpoint. You can now instantly travel between sculptor's idols that have already been communed with. Travel can be accessed by the sculptor's idol travel menu. So I can travel to the first one, which is the dilapidated temple. So we're gonna be showing some mechanics here with the grappling hook. You can use the grappling hook to reach high places or lower places. Stealth death blow. You can perform stealth death blows on opponents unaware of your presence. The plunging death blow is one of these. Perform when leaping at an unaware enemy from high ground. Lock onto enemy, R3 to lock onto enemy, X to jump, R1 to plunging death blow. You can also do a death blow even if you're not locked onto an enemy, but it's a lot easier to do it when you're locked on, because it basically, when you jump, you're going to be jumping towards that enemy. If you don't jump with the lock on, you might be like free falling or something. So we're going to be locking on first, then jump, and then once you see a red circle, we're going to be pressing R1. As soon as you see that red circle, make sure you press R1 immediately. Acquiring enemy loot. Enemies drop loot such as items and money. Multiple enemies can be looted at once and from some distance away. Items found in the world are different than loot in that they must be approached to be picked up. Press and hold square, acquire loot. Press square near world item, pick up item. So immediately, like, he doesn't drop any loot. He drops only coins, doesn't drop any items. So we're gonna be pressing square to pick up this item, which is a pellet, which is pretty useful. So we're gonna be exploring this area a bit to see if there's anything here. Nothing. So, if I'm not mistaken, this is a ceramic shard. A piece of pottery that breaks with a satisfying crack when thrown. Throw it at an enemy to draw their attention. Throwing and smashing such pieces made for a popular sport amongst Ashina boys. Even after growing up, they remember the old games well. So, to use this, we're gonna want to put it in our quick item slot. And I'm gonna access that. Gonna lock on to this guy, and then we're going to press up to use the ceramic shard, which basically allows Wolf to throw it at the enemy, like so. So as this guy gets closer, you'll notice he's coming closer to where we are instead of just going straight. Sometimes they just go straight, which is something we don't want. This will allow us to do a wall hug death blow. One of the death blows. So I've shown you 3 death blows. The leaping death blow on that dude over there earlier. The ledge hang death blow, which we performed on the gremlin type enemy, or the basically the Targaryen type enemy, Tyrion Lannister type enemy, and then the wall hug death blow we performed on this guy over here. So now ceramic shards charge has been used, so we don't have any more. Oh, we're gonna have to fight this guy, and this guy is the one that takes less posture damage from R1 spams and more posture damage from deflects. So we're going to be performing the deflect now. So this guy is more difficult than the previous one in that he needed 2 deflects to break his posture gauge. Oh look, a ceramic shard, which is gonna come in handy. So you can either, there are many choices in this game, like you can either go to the side or you can do a like grapple from here, and then I fucked up because I lured the enemy, which is something that we could have avoided. So I'm gonna show you a mechanic in the game. If you run far enough, the enemy will lose track of you, hence also losing aggro. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. In this case, see, it turns yellow, and then once that yellow cursor disappears, he is now unaware of you. Basically, completely forgets about you and won't care about you, won't chase after you or anything like that. So let's wait until that yellow cursor disappears, and he will forget you ever existed. It disappeared. So now we can approach the enemy using a different style. Like we can go up here, we can do a wall hang here, check if he's here. No one's here, so we can do another double jump or wall jump. You can see he's coming right there. Let's see if we can do a ledge hang death blow. We can. All we can do is climb up and do a death blow from behind. So he's gone. There's another dude there. Let's explore the area even more. So here we see 3 enemies, 1 to our right and 2 enemies to the left. Since this guy is fairly far from the other 2, we can, I think, kill him and without alerting the other 2. Let's try to do that, just that. Let's try to hide from him for a bit. This is something that Dark Souls games didn't have, like the ability to like one-shot enemies. and to just play the game like a ninja. Ceramic shards. Let's see if we can hug the wall here. Nope, we can't. Can we hug the wall here? We can, but oh wait, there's another enemy here. See, this is grass, or I don't know what it is, and there's an enemy there. See, you can lock onto him. So we can kill him first, but then that will alert the enemies here. So what we're going to do first is to do a lead chunk that's low on this guy. Then we can grapple from a lead chunk position. You can see that guy's over there. Even if you alert him, it's fine because there's only one person left. We did not alert him. That is quite good. We can go back to the grass and try to sneak up on this guy. Let's see if he's... yeah, is he turning? Is he turning? He's not turning. We can go. So now this allows us to explore and get the items. Ungus sugar. Sugar candy made in Senpo Temple, sustaining Ungus blessing. Temporarily reduces vitality damage taken from physical attacks. Bite the candy and take the Ungus stance to impart its inhuman benediction. By doing so, you endure the excess karma of man from the spirits within. Senpo monks spread this candy across Achina in honor of her military heroes. So this is basically a buff candy, which will provide you a temporary buff of increase, an increase in defense, which is very important in most, if not all, boss battles. So we're not gonna be using this, facing these grunts. We're gonna be using it when we're fighting stronger enemies. If I remember correctly, there will be dogs here. Yeah, there are dogs. See if I can do a... Is there a dog here? Nope. We can do a leaping death blow on this dog. But that alerted the other dogs. So we're gonna have to be fighting two dogs. There's another dog. Oh, he didn't see us. Whoa. What a dumb dog. Where'd he go? Where'd that dog go? Let's commune first. And let's try to locate that dog. Where'd he go? This is confusing. Clearly saw 3 dogs, so... how come we're missing 1? Oh, screw it. Shuriken wheel, a mechanical device made by the mechanical genius Dogen, can be fit into the shinobi prosthetic to become a working prosthetic tool. While it is palm-sized, a surprising number of shuriken can fit into the shuriken wheel. As the edges were designed for stacking, a fine example of what can be achieved when one matches mechanical finesse with a shinobi's talent. As the edges were designed for stacking. Fitting prosthetic tools. Shinobi tools can't be used on their own. By giving them to the sculptor, they can be fitted to the shinobi prosthetic. You can quickly return to the sculptor via travel from a sculptor's idol or by using the homeward idol. So we're gonna be using the homeward idol in this case because we already communed with that, so we can use it later. So we can go back to the dilapidated temple. There's a reason why we want the shuriken to be, used immediately now. And I don't know if I'm gonna be showing it immediately after, or depends on what the next enemy is going to be doing. We can talk to Emma now, which is basically like the shrine maiden in Dark Souls games. But he didn't die! How can you die with just getting your arm cut off? You know who he is, you've read it, Dogen. Maybe it takes some time to realize
た
that.
だあなたを助けよとそう仰せつかっています。信用しろとは言いません。ですが私は主の命を果たさねばならぬのです。あなたが持っている薬水のひょうたん、それはもともと私が作り上げたものです。
At this point, you already know it because she already explained that she's the one who made the gourd.
このひょうたん、お主が作ったというのか。
はい。元は九郎様のためにあなたが譲り受けていたのですね。気づいているかもしれませんが、このひょうたんの薬水はおのずと湧き出します。尽きたとて少し休めばまた満ちるでしょう。
You need to buy food later.
助けとは。
ひょうたんの種をお持ちくださ
Just
い。
like the Estus flask in Dark Souls.
はい。
Estus
薬水は
shards.
ひょうたんの種より湧き出します。新たな種を加え
Unfortunately,
れば
it doesn't go up to 12 like in Dark Souls. It only goes up to 10.
手に入れたら持ってきてください。
わかった。
It would be nice if it went up to 20, but whatever.
ではまた。
So now we're gonna be.
手に入れた。
人具か。
How would you know? He's
忍び
psychic.
騎士は
It's confirmed. Sculptor is a psychic.
人具を仕込むことでその牙は形を変えることができるようにな
So Kiba is Fang, I
叩
guess.
きたてならば打ち砕き素早き敵ならば
So the second statement basically describes the
人具
shuriken.
が増えるだけ敵を殺す術も増え
And they
る
use this as the loading screen
殺す
tutorial.
相手なりの殺し方を持つそういうことじゃ
随分と詳しい。
いかんないつまでも血生臭いことを言うておるから仏の顔も鬼になるのよどれ貸してみろわしが人具を仕込んでやろう
Fitting prosthetic tools. Regular shinobi tools found in the world can be specially adapted to the shinobi prosthetic via the Fit Prosthetic Tools menu. Create loaded shuriken. Loaded shuriken, a shuriken wheel prosthetic tool, fitted to the shinobi prosthetic, cause spirit emblems used. Pull a shuriken loaded into the wheel and launch it at a target in a single flowing motion. The swiftly thrown shuriken damages enemy vitality and posture, particularly against those with a tendency to take to the air. R2, shuriken throw, attack by throwing shuriken. So you can press triangle to see what commands you can use with that particular tool. What I don't get is create loaded shuriken. Why the fuck not? Like, why is there a cancel? Who would not want to create a loaded shuriken? Like, what the heck? So now I have it.
そこにある優しい顔の仏様そいつには妙な真似をするな
Really? Now that you said it. Wait. Prosthetic tool. Prosthetic tools are shinobi tools adapted for use with the shinobi prosthetic. They can be equipped in the equipment menu, and using them consumes spirit emblems. So now the game is going to explain what spirit emblems are, which is basically if you've played Bloodborne, kind of like the blood bullets mechanic. Options: open equipment menu, R2 use prosthetic tool, triangle switch prosthetic tool. So I have to equip the prosthetic tool first. Prosthetic tool equipment slots have been unlocked. There are 3 slots available to equip and switch out prosthetic tools as needed. On the equipment selection screen, the controls can be viewed through triangle. So what I did earlier was press triangle, right? So I have it equipped. Now you can see at my bottom right, the prosthetic tool icon is there. It looks pretty cool. But he said earlier not to do anything funny with his idol, right? So, oh yeah, I can't even attack it because I'm in a non-hostile environment. Damn. Stupid. Now, see, those are spirit emblems. Spirit emblems are required to activate prosthetic tools and are consumed each time these abilities are used. Spirit emblems can be obtained from defeated enemies in the world and from defeated enemies in the world and purchase from sculptors' idols. If you pass near them, they will find their way to you. So you can use money to buy bullets, basically. So I have 2 spirit emblems, so I can use 2 shuriken tosses. Let's go to the last sculptor idol that we've communed with. So there's a role in this game, but basically safety roll is how to get out of being staggered. So we're going to be grappling up. So as you can see, there is an enemy there. That's one of the mini bosses that we're gonna have to fight. But before that, actually let's fight him first. To fight him, we're gonna want to sneak up on him, and in order to do that, we're going to be going on these rooftops. You can grapple to here. He can already spot us, see. So you have to do this really quickly. To go behind, then he's right there. Right over there. Okay. You can see him. Can't see you. What we're going to basically be doing is to be removing 1 health bar. His health bar is down. They want to show us what the perilous attack is now. Some enemies are unguardable. Perilous attacks. This is the fun part in the game. Like rock, paper, scissors. Signified with a danger symbol. Not really rock, paper, scissors because you can see what the enemy is doing. So there's some tells to, but it can. The enemies have tells to help you, like, be prepared on what they're going to be doing next. Problem is, the tells are done pretty quickly and pretty obscurely enough that you have to keep fighting them or facing enemies similar to them in order to get used to those tells. I've been playing this game a lot and I'm still not 100% familiar with all the tells. Luckily, there are enemies that only have a few perilous attacks, and unluckily enough, there are enemies that have a lot of perilous attacks. If I remember correctly, this enemy only has 1 type of perilous attack, which is a sweeping perilous attack, which you have to jump over. So L1 as thrust lands to deflect, X before sweep lands jump, and circle before grab lands step touch. So we're going to be focusing on the jump and the jump kick, which I've showed you earlier when you press X again after jumping, right, while in midair. So let's start. Oh, crap. Oh, why did I do that? See, you're supposed to jump in that area. Yeah. Prayer bead, a loose prayer bead. Offering 4 of them with the sculptor's idol will increase maximum vitality and posture. Currently, the wolf has 1 bead in his possession. Gourd seed, seed from which healing waters continuously spring forth. Give to Emma to increase the maximum uses of the healing gourd. The twisted gourd of medicinal waters was known throughout Ashina since long ago, but it was the extraordinary healer Dogen and his pupil Emma who discovered the self-replenishing nature of the seed. So we're gonna go back to Emma to increase the charges of the healing gourd. But I'm gonna show you a secret. See, there's a pellet here, right? So right after getting the pellet, if you look down, you'll see that there's a small ledge that looks like you can jump onto it. So jump onto that ledge. You'll be taking some fall damage, but that's okay, it won't kill you. And right here would be your first bundled Jesus statue. Small Buddha effigy bound in red cloth. Raised in prayer between one's palms to restore a node of resurrective power. To enswath a Jesus statue is to express feelings of parental love. The bundle of cloth is to at least ensure that the little one goes on in peace. So that item is extremely important later on, but since we haven't resurrected yet, I'm gonna be explaining it to you in the future. So you can go in here. I forgot to use the Ongos during that fight, but it's okay because we were able to finish it. So Gachin sugar. So this is a second sugar. The first is Ongos, second is Gachins. The High Senpo priest gave this candy to a band of short but adept assassins. Suppresses sound and presence for a time, making the user harder to detect. Bite the candy and take the Gachin stance to impart its inhuman benediction. The assassins do Senpo's dirty work. Once hired guards, now extensions of the monk's will in their quest for undeath. So it allows you to sneak, be an even better ninja basically. So we actually passed through a lot of areas, but we're gonna have to backtrack a bit in order to talk to a person and certain NPC. Like this NPC over here first, which is the crow.
いかがかね。クイさよう。死者たちのご冥福のため品を売っておる。見たところあんたも随分と殺しておるな。ご供養していきなされよ。
So we can buy Robert's firecrackers here. Ongo sugar as well, and some pellets. I'm not sure we have enough money though. Let's see.
死者があるところカラスどこへ行こうと。
Let's see if I have enough. I don't have enough. So we're gonna find more, basically. So that's the second coin purse. Let's see who else can we kill from this position. Oh yeah, I remember. We have to go around because there's a huge guy there, like the Taro, one of the Taro Knights. So we might want to like... Oh shit, he's spotting me. He spotted me. So this is where we do running tactics. We can ledge hang to hide, then dive into the grass. Might find the big guy here or not. Where's the big guy? There's supposed to be a Taro Knight here somewhere. Oh, he saw us. So that guy sees us, the other two doesn't. And if I go forward enough, he'll forget that I existed. Look at these two guys running around. And he sees me again! Let's get out of here. I wanna kill that guy below Here he is. He comes forward. Yes, yes, that's how to use a quick item. Now that he is no longer chasing us, like the pain in the ass that he was, we can now eavesdrop on these two.
この戦、果たして勝てるものかのう。どうにもわからん。両親とはいえ、一心とも加えて。おお、確かにあの大手門が抜かれるなど。
So somebody saw us. It's below here. And where is the Taro Knight? Or the Taro Warrior? He's supposed to be here. Oh, there he is. Can I do a... So this game will also allow you to choose who to kill first. Since this guy is the type of guy, or the one on the left, easier to R1 spam. This guy you have to deflect, which will take some time and focus, and would be easier if it was only one. We're going to decide on killing this guy first. Oh. See the pallet. Did we alert anyone? We did. See how useful Ledge Hang is? Very useful. See, there are 3 people there. So they're going around in a circle. Only 2 people. So you can kill one and then focus on the other one. I guess this one is easier to kill. I think we killed everyone. And I think we would be having enough for the Robert's firecrackers. By going through here and getting the Litecoin purses. We have enough for Robert's firecrackers.
誰ぞそこにおるのか。
ああ、
その声。いや、まさかな。御神、我が名は野上伊之助。平田家の老頭だった。どうかそこのあばら屋の老婆の様子見てやってくれぬか。
His mother.
の母なのだが狂ってしまい。
We're gonna want to talk to her because she has 2 usefulness. One is she gives you that bell, which will unlock another area. Second is you're going to want to talk to her before completing that area because she's going to be giving you something that you're going to need in order to perform one of the mechanics in the game.
いいな、そなたはわしがおかしくなったというが、さすがにせがれよ、若様のこの守り。
So you guys remember the Buddha at the beginning of the game with that's in, you know, the one where the sculptor warns us not to do anything funny with. That's what we're going to be using this bell charm on. Young Lord's bell charm. A bell charm received from an old woman who asked that it be offered to Buddha. Bell charms protect their holders through Buddha's divine protection. If one finds themselves the owner of another's bell charm, offering it to Buddha on their behalf is common courtesy. The sculptor at the dilapidated temple can advise on how it should be offered. So it's already telling us to talk to the sculptor. as a clue. So before we move on back to the dilapidated temple, we're gonna want to go unlock the next sculptor idol, and to do that, we're going to take this particular route, because if we take the normal route, the enemy here will immediately see us and start to throw grenade bombs or cannons, because that's obviously a huge cannon. So we're gonna see what he looks like and kill him. And the first prosthetic upgrade material that is dropped. Black gunpowder. Black grains forming the base for gunpowder, material used in alchemical prosthetic tool upgrades, including those of an explosive and occultic nature. Even the most mundane form of gunpowder has a wide variety of applications. So that's pretty useful. Next, we're gonna want to grapple down. Oh, we can kill these enemies too if you want. There's like 2 enemies here. What we can do is we can do a ledge hang, drop down, and then backstab to die. Then we can jump here, pick this guy to die, and then focus on the easier guy, or the R1 strong guy. So in that case, that particular instance, he was already aiming to hit you, so it would have been best to just spam L1 at that point. Remember the crow guy? I forgot we have to visit the crow guy to get Robert's firecrackers. It's over there. If you want, you can also kill this wandering dude before going for Robert's firecrackers. More gold or more coins. Come on, let me up. Okay, is there a grapple point? Oh yeah, if you do a jump from a sprinting position, you jump farther, which we're gonna demonstrate here. Yep. I can grapple here, you can grapple there, and use the light coin purses that you picked up. Voila, you can now buy Robert's firecrackers. And also some pellets. Never mind, I'll go for light coin purses. So, unlike the Dark Souls games, you can't really grind or farm to get stronger in a simpler sense, meaning you don't grind to get more HP or more damage, but you can grind to get more money to buy everything that you want to get from this guy. See, so you can grind here in this area repeatedly to get all of these items, which are all pretty useful, and that you're going to be needing them later in the game. So I think we're gonna call it after unlocking the next sculptor idol. And I'm gonna be introducing one of the more interesting enemies in the game, which is the big black cock. This guy, which you'll just sneak up on. So we're gonna do the sprinting jump. And that's it. That's all for part 1. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing a part 2. Yeah, physical enhancement. Enhanced physical attributes option has been unlocked in the sculptor's idol menu. Here you can spend 4 prayer beads to create a prayer's necklace, which will permanently increase your maximum vitality and posture. We only have 1, so that's pretty useless at the moment. Till we get 3 more, which is pretty easy to get, and I'll be showing you how to get them. See, you can see our attack power is a measly 1. You can get up to 14 on your first playthrough if you unlock the one of the endings. Okay, that's it for now. So have fun, everybody. I don't think anyone's gonna watch this anyway. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'm just kidding. See you. Bye bye.